When StarFox Battle for Atlus was initially announced, wait, what? That's not right? This isn't actually a StarFox game? Oh, when Starlink Battle for Atlus was initially announced, it wasn't on anyone's radar. It was chalked up to be another kids game created to sell the accompanying toys. I definitely had zero interest in the game. However, that quickly changed when Fox McCloud and the StarFox crew were announced to be on the Switch version, on top of which there would be a StarFox starter kit that would include an R-Wing. This roped me and many others in. So let's see if this game is worth the purchase or if it's just a $75 figure that just came with the game. What is happening, everybody? Mattmade here, giving my review of Starlink Battle for Atlus for the Nintendo Switch. Starlink Battle for Atlus is an adventure game where you explore a star system called Atlus. You are a crew member aboard the Equinox 4, again with games starting at 4, whereas 1 through 3. The main protagonist, not Mason, is with a crew exploring the Atlas solar system when they are then attacked. This is when the StarFox crew are shoehorned in and they help out the Starlink crew. It's also when Slippy almost immediately goes. During the attack, Starlink's leader, a scientist named St. Grant, is kidnapped. The kidnappers also take the ship's power source, causing it and everyone around it to crash land. The StarFox crew is here looking for Wolf in order to bring him to justice. This sets up the reason for the crew and StarFox to join up and help one another out. It's not the most enthralling story, but it does get the job done. The model R-Wing that came with the starter kit is pretty nice. It has a couple of articulating points, and you can change out the wings, though I don't know why you want to ever do that. On top of which, with the controller, you can slot in Fox McCloud or the main character and have them be the pilots. Once the ship is docked into the special controller, you can put on different types of guns. The game is not only intelligent enough to know what gun is on which wing, but also which way the gun is facing. You can face any gun forward or backward, making it a really interesting and clever system. Once you choose your pilot and your ship, you are then off to the races and can start the game. The HUD is very clean and you even get a pilot icon in the lower left screen. There, the pilot reacts to shifts in direction and when you collide with obstacles or get hit. Other than that, you have your ship's health and energy. This minimal HUD allows the world to be taken in and seen, without all the clutter of a heavy and obstructive UI. Starlink's gameplay is relatively fun. At first you are grounded and need to complete a few missions to get your flight system back online. However, you're able to fly freely for the most part. Each planet does have missions for you that range from collecting a rare metal to scanning local wildlife. These missions are all samey, and the only real thing that differs is what mineral or animal you're looking for. The flight and movement are spectacular. The controls are snappy both on land and in the air, and the haptic feedback from firing your guns feels just right. You'll be dipping and dodging enemies like a pro in almost no time. You're also able to do barrel rolls and U-turns while in the air, which makes dodging enemy fire super easy and feels exactly like a StarFox game would if brought to the Switch. It really feels like a StarFox game with an Ubisoft reskin. The weapons and other ships in Starlink are all locked, save for the ones that come with the starter kit and base game. This is where the whole toy collection thing comes in. Each time you slot in a new toy or purchase it digitally, cause microtransactions, the ship, weapon, or pilot, because I completely forgot about the pilots, are unlocked and you are then able to mix and match them to your heart's content. However, as a stickler and someone who really hates microtransactions, I opted to just stick with the R-Wing and Fox as my pilot. This doesn't affect the gameplay too much, and the weapons all seem to do about the same amount of damage. Instead, the thing that makes weapons good are the mods that you can equip to them. You can equip mods to boost damage, fire rate, etc. There are many ways to mix and match mods to suit your playstyle. The game does have RPG elements, so you'll be leveling up both your pilot and your weapons. Leveling can go rather slowly depending on what you're doing and how much you're fighting, so it could be few and far between where you see your levels. However, upgrading your skills will make things much easier and allow you to better steer your ship and increase the damage of your weapons. Each pilot has their own skill to acquire, making it more appealing to play with each of them to see what works best. Each skill also has levels, so you need to put multiple points in each skill in order to max it out. Visually, the game is impressive. The R-Wing and the world looks stunning. The articulating parts as you're turning and dogfighting are cool, the galaxy is bright and beautiful, and the character models aren't too bad either. While things definitely will look better on the PS4 and Xbox One, all this is while running on the Switch and its limited hardware, which is an achievement to the devs over at Ubisoft. This game really feels like a condensed and more focused version of No Man's Sky. Instead of having the entire procedurally generated universe to explore, you have a tight and concise solar system. This solar system has many planets and has a unique ecosystem, giving them vastly different looks. While they may not be groundbreaking, get it? Groundbreaking because they're planets? I'm sorry. While they may not be groundbreaking, they do get the job done and look fantastic. Transitions from planet to space are smooth and require no loading. Just fly up, break through the atmosphere, and bam, the quiet void of space. Speaking of, space is also filled with interesting and dangerous things. There are pirates and abandoned ships abound. Even the normal act of flying is riddled with pirate battles and even pirate outposts that you can take down. These pirates will talk smack about you all while getting blown up. Their ships do come off as generic, and only once or twice did I see an armored pirate ship that was different from the rest. Aside from the space pirates, there are asteroids littered throughout the star system. These are more obstacles than anything else, but it's nice to see that they tried to populate space with something and didn't just leave it empty and desolate. The soundtrack and sound effects are also pretty good. Each missile and laser fire makes a nice sound and feels very impactful. Boosting and jumping around also sound great and not cheap at all. Hyperspace sounds like, well, hyperspace. That sound just shouldn't ever change. The soundtrack also does a good job of getting you pumped and ready for some action. It gears up when you start an encounter with an enemy or boss, and is cool and mellow while you're exploring or flying through space. Overall, Starlink Battle for Atlus is the best Star Fox game to date. It honestly should have been created as a Star Fox game. The look, feel, and gameplay all remind me of Star Fox, especially since I played it on the Switch, and was Fox the entire time. But this game is a fun ride, and if you're into the whole toys to life aspect, then you will not only have a good game, but also some pretty cool toys. If you aren't, then the game can become dry and repetitive as you don't unlock any new weapons or ships, just the ones that you get when purchasing the game. If you enjoy No Man's Sky but want a more focused world, then this could be a great alternative. And with the addition of co-op, which I was unable to try, you can hop on with a friend and defend Atlus together. But what do you all think? Does Starlink seem interesting? Should it have been called Star Fox Battle for Atlus? What do you all think? I'd love to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. And don't forget, if you're a fan of gaming, consider striking that subscribe button and hitting the bell. This is Mattmade, and I will see you tomorrow.
I'm on my way. This is gonna be close.